Hello, everyone. I am filming this on Sunday morning, and this is I suppose, second day of our spring break. And I am wanting to share with you the highlighted claims versus evidence on how women are subject to unjust double consciousness. Because there was no point in fixing each one of the ones that you guys sent in to me. I figured that the best way to do it would be like we do it in class, where I get to go over each paragraph and tell you what I think it is, if it's claim or evidence. And then what I want you to do is I want you to pause this right now and pull up on your screen so you have double screen the video that I'm making right now, and then have your actual document. And then you're able to check to see what you have and to see if you're on track. So this is our last piece in this module. And then when you guys get back from spring break, we are going to do a fluency on double consciousness that you might feel in your own life, which might be surprising to some of you because you might think, well, I'm not African American, I'm not a woman, or I'm not a hyper boy in school. Not all of these texts may apply to your lives, and so it's going to ask you to look into it, how it might apply to your own life. And then we will get into the mode of writing using persuasive rhetorical moves, and that will be our focus for the rest of the term. Anyway, I miss you so bad. I could start crying right now talking about how I miss you. Your wonderful faces and your amazing personalities, and just miss you so bad. But anyway, I've got to calm down or I'm going to have to pause this recording. So let's get right down to business. And just imagine that right now one of you is like trying to sneak your phone, and another person is interrupting class because they, I don't know, need a cup of coffee, or I don't know. You guys are so good. I can't even think of things that would be annoying to me that you would do. I love it even when you come in late, and I'm not even bugged when you interrupt me for random things. So let's get going. Enough of me feeling sorry for all of us. So here we go. I'm going to begin by highlighting each sentence, and I'll tell you what I got for it. So the first one I have is, our society expects women and girls. And this is definitely a claim. So I highlight it as a claim. And there have been too many instances where women are beaten up or assaulted based solely on what they were wearing. It says too many instances, and that is definitely a CHB. So that would be commonly held belief, and that is for sure a commonly held belief, that it's just a given that women are being assaulted, and based on what they're wearing, that happens often. Some of you might think of it as an FE. FE could also work. And then double consciousness, when she starts, you can see there's a line there. We need that line because she's starting to give her evidence and build her argument. And so we have the first line about W.E.B. Du Bois, and then that is an FE. So that is just a fact. She's explaining to us what double consciousness means and gives us that definition. And then we have one script they must follow is living their life like any other American. So as we go through, this entire section is defining double consciousness. And so then it will be FE. So the entire section is FE. And then I have experienced this around me too many times. I'm sorry, I don't know why I did that yellow. Sorry. Bad teacher, that should be pink. There you go. And then she's experienced it too many times. What is that? Oh yeah, we know. She tells us what's happening in her own life. That would be a personal anecdote. So let me highlight that in pink. And PA. And in no way is it acceptable or fair. That should show you right away that that's a claim. She's giving her opinion. And let's go. Now, you'll see that there's a line. And It says, just as African Americans should be able to go to the supermarket, you should feel that there was a shift. She went from just talking about women, and then she's going to relate it to being an African American and having people watching you and feeling uncomfortable. So what she does is she shifts. So that's why I put that line there. And she said they should be able to go to the supermarket without feeling like people are watching them. And women should feel comfortable walking down the street. So that is definitely a claim. At first I thought it could be hypothetical, but it's a claim. And then women and girls should be able to go out on the street without people judging them. That's a claim. She's telling what should happen. Unfortunately, she says that is not the reality. And that would be, again, evidence. It could be CHB or it could be FE. It depends. I put FE, but if you put CHB, that's great. If W.B. Du Bois were still here today, well, an if-then statement is definitely a hypothetical, and so I'm going to highlight it as evidence. And then, while there is clearly a difference in the struggles and fates of women versus African Americans, I feel women have. Well, I feel women have should tell you right away. That's a claim. With phrases such as how I dress does not mean yes, and my slutty dress does not mean yes. Women are starting to speak up. Women are starting to speak up means they are doing that, and so that is evidence, and that evidence would be FE. Hi, honey. Mama's recording right now.
Can I have your phone for music? I'm doing a lot of your.
I need my phone, so you need to go. Say hi to my students.
Hi, students.
Okay, so next is without double consciousness, a woman might not take into consideration that many men are watching them. And so this one is a claim. She's talking about how double consciousness makes women more aware, and so then they they take into consideration men are watching them. And then with double consciousness, a woman is aware that a man may assault her at any time. So again, this is a claim. She's saying she's just saying what double consciousness does for a person. Okay, a woman knows not to enter an alley. Well, I don't know if boys would call this CHB, but you should. Definitely the women in the room would say, oh yeah, that's CHB. I do not get into my car alone, and men don't have to worry about that. The way many men walk the streets with confidence also is a CHB. And if you feel like having it as an FE, you may. Just a fact, but I definitely would call that a CHB. And then there's a line, because this is where it is the conclusion, because she's still proving her point there. There's an unwritten and often unspoken expectation that men will gawk over women wearing the clothes they're revealing. And that's a given, that this happens to women, that it's an expectation that a woman will get comments if she wears certain clothing. Oftentimes, this is gawking towards a stranger. Again, this can be CHB. Just another fact here. At this point, most women feel a strong sense of fright and terror for their life and well-being. And this, I originally put it as a claim. To me, it just seems like it's following that kind of FE or CHB. But if you put it as a claim, I totally get it, because I think I had it originally as a claim. It's come to a point in the society that women are used to men catcalling, and they feel offended when they don't get called out. So do you see how that's kind of different than a CHB? Like, they feel offended if they don't get called out. Well, the fact that some women do feel that way is more of an FE than it would be a CHB. Like, there are women who feel that way. In reality, something is wrong with the men who do the assaulting, but unfortunately, that is the world in which we're currently living. As cynical as that is, that's her claim. So I hope that helps. The cool thing about a video is you get to rewind it if I went too fast. I miss you, and I'm going to pause now.